What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. She's had that hot new Spotify playlist, Pervert Vibes, on repeat all weekend. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Pervert vibes.
It sounds a lot like our Big Booty mix.
Well, it sounds a lot like an old playlist we used to love, Weekend Vibes. But Pervert Vibes coming at you hot off Jasmine's Spotify.
I have to say one thing. Jasmine is absolutely crazy, but I love it. I love the level of crazy she brings.
I think she was the queen of the tell-all.
Oh, totally.
Forget Queen Kimberly.
100%. Jasmine, she carried the tell-all.
There was honestly a point in the tell-all part 2 where it cut to Jasmine. She was center frame, and it almost felt like Shaun Robinson 2.0. Like she was hosting the thing for a second there, and I was like, this is great. Go with it. Run with it.
No, she was great.
Yeah, she was good, and now it's over. Now we've reached the end.
Well, I am hoping that if she ever makes it to the United States, they can be on the OG 90 Day, because honestly, seeing Jasmine in Michigan in Gino's apartment with a baby blue, the red and baby blue.
Yeah.
I would pay to see that.
Oh, yeah. No, I think TLC knows they have something with Gino and Jasmine. So if they're down, I think we'll see them back on our TVs. And I hope sooner rather than later.
Yeah, we need more Jasmine. I hope this is not it.
Yeah.
I'm saying we need more Jasmine. I don't want more Jasmine on a Pillow Talk. She's too good for a Pillow Talk.
Oh, I bet you she could bring it on Pillow Talk.
I guess, but I still want to see the relationship develop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And if it goes south, if things go sideways between Gino and Jasmine, I'll take Gino on the single life. I think that.
Oh my God.
I think that would be funny.
Gino just trying to get some sugar babies.
Yeah.
Unemployed Gino spending the money he doesn't have.
I'm here for that too. So, all right, guys, here we are. Tell All Part 2, the end of the road. What a bumpy and windy road it was.
It was a great season. Let's just say that. I know that you guys have mixed feelings, and I've heard from both sides. I've heard some of you guys were saying, oh my gosh, best season ever. Some of you guys messaged us saying, oh, we hate this, nothing's going on. But I loved it. I thought it was very entertaining. And what I loved the most about it, besides all the drama, are all the new couples, minus Usman. But he was still with Kimberly, which was new, right?
Yeah.
I loved it. Like, we need more of this. Because as much as I love some of the old school 90-dayers who always bring it, we hit the point during the pandemic where I was like, we need someone new. Like Jenny and Summit, please.
Well, and that's where you get to, I think, fictionalized storylines. When you keep bringing the same people back.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how crazy you are, there's a level of craziness that can't be exceeded naturally. And so then you just start writing storylines. And I'm not here for that. I'm here for the reality TV.
Yeah, like some of the people I feel like are trying to turn into the Kardashians, which... No, I don't want to see that. I want to see the real deal, the real story of the normal, regular people who decided to apply for the show and get a little bit of fame. And now they're dealing with it. And it's amazing.
I think that's what we're going to get, fingers crossed, starting next Sunday, because that's 90 Day OG. And that's all.
Oh, that's right. I thought we'll get a mental break, which I would appreciate.
I would go mental if we had a week without 90 Day. I need that. That's my medicine.
Yes.
I need a little craziness in my life.
True. But at the same time, don't you feel like you need to clean your palate? Do both.
No, I don't. I don't want to lose my taste for trash.
John is such a reality trashy.
Yeah, I don't know. I live in the dumpster, so that's where I feel most natural. What am I going to do without 90 Day on? Watch the news? Come on. That's not reality either. What are we doing over here? All right, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the tell-all in a second. Before we do, a couple housekeeping items. Make sure you're following us on social media at Married to Reality Pod. It's a good time. Great time over there. You're messaging us. We're posting memes, all sorts of things.
We're trying to post memes.
We're trying.
But yeah, it's tough. It gets tough. We'll get to it again. But more importantly, we talk to you guys. We post updates. We post what's going on with the podcast. We post when we drop something new, when there is a change of a schedule, when we go live, when we can.
Yeah.
So a lot is going on. And so if you're not following us, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, it's so easy to do. At Married to Reality Pod. That's it. On Instagram. You can find us on Facebook too. We're trying our best to be active over there, but really the meat and potatoes is at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram.
Absolutely.
So check us out over there. Follow us over there. Also make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as Jasmine has been this whole time. She does look hot. She wears hot pink.
Steamy. Yeah.
And she's just been out of control.
Just the level of heat in her approach, in her in her takes, her hot takes, right? Hot all around.
That's what it is. Her hot
It's a hot take. It's a hot take. So yeah, smash it like it's as hot as Jasmine. We love that. And one last thing, if you guys haven't left a review, if you could do that, we would be forever grateful. We love when you can drop us a review, a rating, a review, and if you leave a 5-star review, we're going to read it on the pod like we're going to do right now because we got a new review. This one comes to us from our friend Rachel DPE. Okay.
Love it.
You down with DPE? Yeah, you know me. I don't know. 5 stars. Rachel writes 5
Sweet.
stars. Titled So Much Fun. Then she goes on and says, I love this couple. I'm a reality TV show junkie, and they always make me laugh during their recaps.
Guilty. And guilty for being a reality junkie.
Oh,
I am too.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to jump in, but I was like, let me not interrupt John as I usually do.
No, it's fine. Go ahead, speak your mind. Yeah, you said guilty. I was like, what are you guilty of?
Being a junkie.
Yes.
Reality junkie.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
So yeah, absolutely. Keep going.
That's it. No, that's it.
Oh, sweet and beautiful.
Yeah, I can read it again. I thought, okay. Rachel writes, so much fun. I love this couple. We love you. I am a reality TV show junkie.
Guilty.
There you go. And they always make me laugh during their recaps.
Love it.
So nice we read it twice.
Thank you, Rachel.
So nice we read it twice. There you go. Yeah, thank you, Rachel. We appreciate that. Means the world. Gives us a little pep in our step when we see that
Isn't it funny how powerful words and pauses are?
Oh, yeah.
If you let me pause
punctuation.
for me to say guilty, it would have made more sense. But hey, we did the second take.
Well, I just read it as she wrote it, okay?
I know. I loved it.
All right. Are you getting on Rachel for her punctuation skills?
No, I'm going to get you for not reading my face.
I'm sorry. I was reading the review. I only have 2 eyeballs. Come on.
That is so true. Just try to focus one on me and one on the computer.
Then I'm going to look like Ben, and it's going to be terrible. Okay?
You would look like Ben. That's so true. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that.
You better calm down over there. All right. That is the housekeeping. Before we get into the tell-all, how about a little 90-day by the way? A couple quickies. Okay, a couple quickies, like Jasmine says. That's all it takes is a quickie, once in a while, right? And
that's what my mom said.
Whoa, you're all out of sorts. You are out of sorts today.
I'm kidding.
All right. Speaking of Jasmine, the queen of the tell-all, she's kind of becoming or trying to become the queen of YouTube. Okay, she's put out a YouTube page. Jasmine has a YouTube page. It is titled Jasmine Panetta. I believe is her last name. I think I'm probably butchering it, but Jasmine Panetta, if you search that, she's got a YouTube channel going on and several videos, all of them a little bit different. So she's kind of dabbling in different things.
So what does she cover?
So she's got some workout videos.
Okay,
some
can see that.
Workout from home things, which I think is cool during, although this started after the pandemic or later in the pandemic, but some workout from home things. She does some lives. She got some live videos on there. And then the video that stole my heart, and I know will steal yours,
She got a puppy?
No. She got,
a rabbit?
No, yes. Yes.
The rabbit?
B-Rabbit. Okay, do you know who?
What's a B-Rabbit?
B-Rabbit, Eminem, 8 Mile, okay?
Yes.
Stick with me here. She has a video of her doing karaoke on her YouTube. Eminem, 8 Mile,
Okay.
B-Rabbit. You want to hear a little bit of Jasmine doing karaoke?
Sure.
All right.
Slightly disappointed it's not a real rabbit.
Oh, this is better.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is Jasmine from her YouTube channel doing karaoke.
Look, if you have one shot, one opportunity
I don't understand the delay.
to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, could you capture it or just let it slip? Yo,
Whoa.
his palms are sweaty, his weak arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but he started, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs.
That's it. I'm just giving you a little taste. Just a little taste.
Well, you don't usually do karaoke with the artist singing with
Very
you.
true. You also don't.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could do it by yourself and post it on YouTube, which is what she did. But yeah, that's a great point. And she was singing like after him and then sometimes before him. It was a
I
very...
think she just found this. She didn't find the song for karaoke. You know
Right.
that YouTube has it be
Yes.
used all the time.
Karaoke version.
Yeah, she just found the song.
Yeah.
And she was covering it with Eminem.
Yeah.
By the way, I love the song, but
I did that song for karaoke a couple months ago.
yeah, that was
So,
fun.
I mean, that's a woman after my own heart right there. But that's the kind of fun things you can find on her YouTube. So now that we are going to get a little bit of a break from her, we have to take a little bit of a hiatus from Jasmine because her season has come to an end. If you want some Jasmine in your life, check out her YouTube. Jasmine Panetta. She's got about
Fun.
2,500 subscribers right now. I think we can get that thing
Oh
up.
wow.
She can get
That's
more.
pretty good.
You think that's pretty good?
If she
2.4.
just started,
Okay.
the
I don't
only
think many
person
people-
who subscribed to my YouTube is my dad.
You have a YouTube
Well, we have a YouTube, don't we?
for the pod?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't really do much on it. We don't
Yeah.
do anything on it, but some of the episodes get uploaded there. But yeah, but check it out if you want more Jasmine because I think people really came around to her.
I think so too. You know why it is? Because she owns up to her crazy.
Yeah.
I think every single time when you are a little extreme, but you just own up to it in a way, and you're extreme, but it's not disturbing. Like
She's not
Ben
doing
is
anything-
like
yeah.
Ella's disturbing.
Yes.
Right? But Jasmine, she's just nuts. She's just absolutely crazy. But she owns up to it. She's like, yes. She's watching it on TV. She's like, yes, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
And I love it. I love it because I feel like if you are crazy and you know it,
yeah.
it's perfect.
Yeah. Otherwise, change. If you're not going
Yeah.
to change, then just own it. Okay. So that's, by the way, number one, a little Jasmine if you want some of that. By the way, number two
Okay.
is a character I think maybe people liked in the beginning and now are going the opposite way. Angela.
Okay.
Is she filming for another season?
No way.
Is she filming for another season is the question.
Wait. It's Michael in the US.
So here's the intel that I have, and this is according to 90 Day the Melanated Way on Instagram. Angela and her new BFF, Renee, she's got a new BFF because we know she ditched JoJo. She kicked JoJo to the curb. So her and her new BFF, they were posting on social media the other day, and the geotags were none other than Nigeria. Okay? The two of them in Nigeria. And it gets a little more interesting because people have noticed Michael's Instagram has disappeared. Okay, he's not active. There is no profile for Michael anymore. So people are starting to talk. Are they filming for 90 Day? And on top of that, there's some talk that Michael could be coming to the States.
I hope so. And you know what made me think of it actually? And I don't know if that gave you the idea to do this, by the way, because we were on the road today and we were actually in Georgia. Shout out to Georgia.
I get my peaches down in Georgia.
Yes, we stopped at Buc-ee's.
Gotta stop at Buc-ee's.
And there was a person crossing from Buc-ee's to back to his car. I swear he looked like Michael with the traditional Nigerian outfit.
He was wearing the same exact shirt that Michael always wears.
Yes. And very, even his face, because he literally crossed in front of my car.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait a minute, is that Michael?
Yeah.
Because we are in Georgia. It wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah, I yelled
But
out.
I don't think it was.
I said, Michael! And he just kept walking.
Yeah, I don't think it was, but I was like, holy shit, that could have been Michael.
And it very well could be, if not now, in the near future, if he comes.
True.
Here's my question, though. So say they're filming now. We know the next season they would be on would be 90 Day OG, I think, right? Because he would come here.
If he's here, yes.
It would be on a K1.
Yes.
Or a spousal.
Yes.
Because they got married. I think they got married.
Yeah, they did.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, they are going for the spousal or green card right away. It depends on how long the process takes.
But so let's think about this. We're about to start next week, regular 90 Day, which is what I think they would be on.
Yeah.
Then after that, it's going to have to be happily ever after, then before 90, and then come back to regular 90 Day.
Well, if you think about it, they could be on happily ever after because we've seen so many of... They are married. So being on regular 90, in a way, it would make sense, but it would make sense if he was on happily ever after, because happily ever after are usually couples who got married, and let's see how they're doing now.
Of course.
So
the other possibility, and I'm not wishing for this, but could be interesting, their own spinoff. Do they get their own Michael's Coming to America spinoff?
I doubt it. I don't think it would be that popular.
Oh, that's where I think you're wrong.
I think someone would end up in jail. And I don't think it would be Michael.
That's very true. That's very true. Okay.
I think it would be an absolute disaster.
And what isn't? What part of 90 Day isn't an absolute disaster?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would probably watch it.
Oh, you would definitely
But I feel like I almost feel like it would get to such extremes that they might get canceled.
Maybe. We'd watch it until that happened.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think they would get their own spin-off because you know why? They are not surrounded by enough people. Like usually you get spin-offs when you have a lot of people.
They have Skyla.
Well, yes, but who else?
The grandkids.
Nah.
I know you can't really feature them.
They can see a Family Chantel spin-off because they have the whole family.
Pedro, the brothers, Winter,
If
River,
they've been Andre did a spin-off,
Earth,
it would
Wind,
make
Fire.
sense.
Yeah.
Everyone's involved, right?
Yeah.
They don't have enough people to do a
It's a good point.
spin-off.
It's a good point. You make a good point. All right.
I'm always making good points.
You're trying. All right. That is 90 Day, by the way. Let's stop bearing the lead. We are here to talk about, before the 90 days, the Tell-All Part 2.
Let's tell all.
Let's tell all. Okay. Let's pick up where we left off because Part 1 ended with Kim finding out about the Soulja Boy Zara FaceTime conversation. And obviously that would upset Kim.
Yes.
So she learns about this. She storms off. She goes outside to cool down. Son goes after her. Jamal goes after her. And I guess kind of talks some sense into her. Figures it out. And they come back in.
Yeah. And Usman is calling, Usman said, calling Zara, Kim. Come on, Teresa, follow all these craziness. Kim says, Usman calling Zara is a slap in my face, right? And let me ask you this. We saw a lot of talks on social media, how this was all fabricated.
That's what I wanted
right?
to address.
How it didn't happen the way they portrayed it.
Well, don't just brush over it because some of our friends may not be up on this.
So you are a better storyteller.
Okay.
I got too crazy, so you tell.
I think it's as simple as Soulja Boy coming out and saying, look, I was basically forced to make that phone call to Zara. Production begged and pleaded. It took them hours to convince me to do it. I finally did it. And it wasn't the minute Kim left. I don't know if we knew exactly when it happened. It may have been when she was there. It may have been when they were sharing separate bedrooms and he ended up calling her one day. But long story short, Soulja Boy said, look, it wasn't my idea to call Zara. Production forced me to. And that's that. That's the end. I'm here for Kimberly.
Yes.
And,
But
okay.
But I was gonna say, if he was so forced, why didn't you just call her, talk, right? We could flirt a little. Why did you go inside? You took off your shirt. You lay on the bed.
Because he can't help himself. He's a performer. That was a performance. He unbuttoned that shirt. He sang a little bit.
Okay.
He's a performer. But I kind of buy it because Soulja Boy went as far as saying it didn't happen without saying it didn't happen. Like, he knew he couldn't throw the producers under the bus.
Yeah.
He knew he couldn't say I was forced to do this. But he was just like, I would never cheat. I have no feelings for Zara. Like, believe it or not, I'm an H&M guy. Like, he said everything. He said everything short of this was production fueled.
Yes, and in a way, it's smart because he doesn't want to get canceled by the production.
No, this is the best thing that happened to his career. If he could go on another season and another season, well, now we're talking about international superstar.
Ooh, he would have to rebrand because the OG Soulja Boy is in the United States.
Yeah, but the sad part is, and as much as I love that song, I think Usman Soulja Boy is more relevant right now.
Yes, but the OG Soulja Boy isn't going to give up his name.
They spell it differently.
Well, still.
Come on. They spell it differently.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It sounds the same.
Yeah. There was 2 Dr. Dre's.
Really?
Yeah, growing up, there was Dr. Dre who was on MTV, and he hosted, like, Spring Break. And then there was Dr. Dre, the rapper, with Eminem. Look, it just keeps coming full circle back to Eminem. There was 2 Dr. Dre's. So,
what?
Yeah.
That's BS.
You could have
There's only one Dr. Dre.
You could have 2 Soulja Boys if they spell it differently, for sure.
I mean, we'll see. But yeah, Usman is saying if he wanted to cheat on Kim, he would have because he has opportunities, but he's not a cheater.
And I believe that too.
In a way, I do too.
Not necessarily with Zara because she lives in the States, and I don't see that happening necessarily, but he could very well cheat behind Kim's back if he wanted to. And maybe he does.
And maybe he does, exactly.
Maybe he does.
But he says he doesn't. He could. He has opportunities, which Jamal is not very happy hearing.
No. That's got to be the most awkward position to be in, to just sit there hearing your mom talk about this with a guy your age. Like,
yeah, for sure.
He's not happy to hear any of it. Good, bad, or ugly. It's all probably uncomfortable for him.
For sure. But in a way that Soulja Boy is trying to make it real, like, hey, I have the opportunities, but I don't.
Yeah.
Makes it real.
Yeah.
Instead of him just saying, I would never, I love you, I would never, he says, oh, I could.
Yeah.
I totally could.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's the right thing to say, because I don't think it is, but I just think it's true. I think anyone could. Anyone could cheat. And we'll talk very shortly about someone who did. So yeah, it's not a defense. It's just, I think he was being honest.
Speaking of the cheater, she tries to like wade in and no one cares.
Every time she opens her mouth, everyone's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Who are you? Were you even on this season?
No one cared. There are going to be a few people who going to respond to her. Eventually, I feel like once she tells her story, even though it's still BS, she's going to get an opportunity to speak up. And I feel like it was Jasmine who kind of like goes back and forth with her for a bit.
Yeah.
But the rest of the people there were just like, shut up.
Well, let's go on. Let's talk about Ella and Johnny, because Kimberly and Soulja Boy basically ends with Kimberly saying, we'll talk about it later.
Yes.
So there's no real resolution there. For some reason, I'm taking Soulja Boy's side in the fact that I can see production being like, why don't you give Zara a call?
And I think Kim is too, in a way, because she's calm. She's like,
well,
yeah, we'll talk about it.
She freaked out and stormed off.
Yes. I feel like that's a normal reaction if this is something you didn't know.
But let's break it down a little bit. If it was production inspired, it happens, it gets filmed, and it airs. But long before it hits your TV, if I was Soulja Boy, I would call Kim and be like, hey, so production made me call Zara. Right? It all comes back to communication, which
unless
is a made-up word.
Production was like, don't tell
No,
Kim.
but that's BS. Now
This is gonna be great for the tell-all. Soulja Boy, you want to be on another season? Don't fuck it up.
See, but that's where I think production needs to. There's a fine line between fueling a story and then fueling fights that could lead to actual relationships ending.
I mean, I'm just guessing over here, guys. Don't take me seriously.
Right, and I don't know, but I would hope Soulja Boy would be like, so production made me call Zara. Just giving you a heads up. This is what you're going to see. And I don't think he did that, judging by the way Kim stormed off.
Maybe he thought it's not going to air because let's not forget that they don't air everything that's filmed, right? So it was like 50-50. Like it could be, and if it didn't make it in, Kim doesn't need to know. So anyways, he chose not to tell her. She freaked out. We'll see what's going to happen with them.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Ella and Johnny, and we're going to start with the clip of Ella telling Johnny that she banged her friend.
Yeah, and I am assuming this tell-all was filmed before that scene aired on TV for everyone to see, because every one of us sitting there at home and on set was like, oh, shit, when she dropped that bomb.
Yes. So that clip aired. Hamza was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He doesn't speak any English, but what the fuck came out.
Everyone.
And it was
asking what the fuck.
It was what the fuck indeed. But Ella says, we're doing great. Stronger than ever.
Yeah. Didn't accidentally trip and fall on anyone's dick since that first time. And, you know, it's just important to know that my love language is touch.
So that's her excuse. And everyone, I think was Kim, it was Jasmine. It's like, if that's what you need, why are you in a long-term relationship? And if that's what you want, find different ways of, you know, being intimate. Otherwise, dude, find someone in Idaho. I know it's tough because like a house, 15 miles, nothing. Silo, 12 miles, nothing. A house, like
plus
it must be
COVID.
tough.
Oh wait,
Plus
you don't
COVID.
believe in that? Yeah, forgot about that. So basically just the distance between houses.
But I get it. It's tough out there, right? But if you need touch, find someone closer who can touch you. Or get a dog.
Oh, what are you saying?
Not just
What
so you
are
can,
you
like,
saying?
Cuddle.
What are you saying?
Cuddle.
Last time
Not
we talked.
sexual, cuddle.
Okay, because we talked on the Single Life podcast, and you wanted Stepanka to bang her dog at some point.
No,
so
but let him in.
Into what exactly, Teresa?
He can lay on the floor and just sleep.
Okay.
Dogs love being in your presence.
You better stop. I want to just shine a light because you said it. Jasmine, it was so insightful. And maybe this was where I was like, wait, are you the new host? When she said, oh, touch is so important, why are you in a long distance relationship? Like, that was so smart of her to say. And she's 100% right. Mm-hmm. That's probably the only thing that you can't really get from a long distance relationship as easily. You can get communication. You can have someone to talk to, right? But the touch part,
it's tough.
It's non-existent in a long distance relationship.
I thought of this just now. Ella does have a dog, more than one.
She's got a whole farm.
Yeah, so like just cuddle animals, talk to Johnny, and maybe he'll make it here one day.
You know, it's a different touch, right? There are people who do that, but it's a different touch.
That's not what I'm saying. Touch could be just cuddling, just a warm body, just hug a horse. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
But yeah, she totally did something that's wrong. And they're asking Johnny, like, well, how do you feel about it? And Johnny's like, well, it's not okay in China. I'm hurt, but I get it. It's like, dude, you really want to come to the US so bad?
Oh, yeah.
So bad that you are just gonna almost ignore the fact that your girlfriend or fiance, whoever she is, just want to be touched so badly that she banged someone else because you said you're not coming because of COVID and your kid.
Yeah. Nothing's been more clear, I don't think, or a more clear signal that he really just wants to come to America than the fact that he doesn't give a shit that Ella is banging other guys. He couldn't care less. He's so nonchalant about it. Yeah. People make mistakes, right? It's like,
yeah, I just feel like if Johnny comes to Idaho, he's going to be like, shit.
Idaho. Here's what I want to bring up is Jasmine, when she was talking about, oh, if touch is so important, blah, blah, blah. She's like, there are other things you can do besides cheat on your boyfriend. You can touch yourself. You can use plastic. I use dildos, right? This is the woman who last week was screaming that masturbation was cheating. And now she's draining her lady balls.
Oh, that's a very, very
She's draining
good
her lady
point.
balls with every kitchen appliance she can find.
Did you see that as she was like naming all this, Usman just like jumped in and he's like, get a toy. He like, didn't let her finish. Get a toy.
Yeah.
Get a toy.
Jasmine will be the newest representative of the dildos on Instagram because
She's gonna take over from what's her name?
Danielle. Every 90 dayer, if they don't do OnlyFans, they hawk dildos on social media. She's a great spokesperson for it.
Well, Ella's like, I understand I fucked up. And Shaun is like, well, if Johnny cheated on you, if the situation was reversed, how would you feel? And she was like, well, I would be okay with it. I wouldn't even be mad. I would be just like, oh, okay, no, I get it.
Yeah, why are we in a relationship? People?
I call BS and everyone else did too. Because that is so not true. If someone you claim to love cheated on you, you would just be okay with it. Unless you have an open relationship and you both are good with it. You both bang other people. Right? But I don't think that's what's going on.
No, it's weird. And again, I kind of defended her cheating on Johnny when we first heard about it because
really,
for me, they're not in a relationship. They're two people who talk online. It's Ben and Mahogany, right? Before they ever met. They're two people who talk online in chat rooms or text messages. It's like, sorry, but that's not a real relationship.
I mean, at least they do a FaceTime and she shows him his boobs. I mean, her boobs.
Yeah. No, that's you're right about that, but still. That's not a real relationship in my mind.
I think it could be, I think it is a relationship, especially if you establish that.
Well, that's not established when you're cheating on
Well, no,
this
that's
person.
why she cheated.
Right, because it's not a real relationship yet. Once you meet in person, then you can go your separate ways and be long distance, and I would consider that, okay, you're trying to maintain this relationship. But if you're just talking to someone for months on the internet, nah.
Yeah, but if you're talking about the person is supposed to come, you're talking marriage, talking kids, and then it's
all
cheating.
talk, though. You just said you're talking. You're talking marriage. It's all talk.
It is still cheating. Like if you take it this far, it is.
Yeah, I guess. But that's maybe why I think nobody's that hurt is because they haven't met each other. They haven't formed that real strong connection because it's only been online. How much are they really talking with these time zone differences? That's maybe why they're so cool about it. Is because they haven't developed a real love, right?
I don't know.
I don't get it, but I'm just trying to make sense of it in my mind. And Jasmine's trying to make sense of it too. She goes, all right, to be honest, did you actually cheat on him? Or was this just a way to put pressure on him?
I'm happy she asked because that's what I thought. I thought she didn't cheat. She's just trying to make herself look cool in a way, like wanted. Like, you don't want me?
Right.
Oh, there are people who do want me. You don't want to come here because of the fake COVID? Oh, there are people who are going to travel here and be with me.
Right.
So I honestly thought she made it up. But apparently she didn't.
I don't know. She took this long pause when Jasmine asked. She's like, I did.
Because she would sound even worse if she said, oh, I made it up.
Oh, she would.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't she you just told the entire world you cheated on him. Why are you now thinking about it when Jasmine asks, did you really cheat on him? She was thinking in my mind for a second, do I tell the truth now and say I made it up to make him jealous? Or do I stick to this story? She took way too long of a pause.
She did.
To not change her story.
She
go.
did, but I feel
Yeah, I'm
like
sticking
once
with
you
it.
lie, you just have to keep lying. Otherwise, you're going to sound like an idiot.
So do you think she cheated?
No. Maybe, this is what I'm going to say. Maybe she got drunk with her friends and maybe they kissed or did some hand stuff. I don't think she...
Some over the pants stuff.
I don't think she banged anyone.
All right.
I really don't.
I don't know. I actually have zero thoughts. Call in. Let us know. What do you guys think? Did Ella actually have sex with somebody. Mm-hmm. Did she have sex or was she trying to make Johnny jealous?
Shaun is about to stir the pot because she got some tea. She was like, Ella, what happened on your birthday? And Ella was like, I mean, I had a cake. I had a party of one.
Yeah.
Apparently, a guy friend flew out there to celebrate her birthday because she had no one else to celebrate it with. Johnny did not know.
No. Apparently, Ella asked for permission.
Yeah.
To do this.
So this is his first reaction. He's like, I didn't know.
Right.
And Shaun was like, so how did you meet this guy friend? And apparently it's a guy who reached out to her on the Asian Man, White Women website.
Well, not a website. It was Facebook. Okay, it was a
Facebook group.
Asian people chat Facebook group.
So why are you still in it if you are in a relationship? But moving on, apparently she only kept in touch with this guy like because of the birthday.
Yeah.
Right?
Here's what I will say. Forget the physical cheating because I don't know if that happened. She 100% emotionally cheated.
Oh, for
she
sure.
100% crossed other lines, whether it got physical or not. You're in these chats, you're talking to guys, you're making it okay for them to fly out and celebrate your birthday.
And
That's
not even
cheating.
that. He stayed with her because she just didn't want him to stay at a hotel. It's too expensive. He needed to save some money because he paid for a plane ticket.
Yeah. And he slept in the spare bedroom.
Unless this is made up.
I know. I don't know what to believe because you have nothing to go on because we really don't know Ella. We saw her 2.5 times this season. You have nothing to judge her other than what she says. There's no context around her stories. And so you're kind of just like, oh, like how did Shaun even learn about this?
I mean, hypothetically, I'm going to put myself into this guy's shoes, right? If I talk to a chick, and I'm a man in this example, if I talked to a chick on social media in a meetup group, and she asked me like, oh, I'm so sad, no one's here for my birthday, and I flew somewhere.
Yeah.
I stayed at her house.
I know where you're going with this.
There is no freaking way that I'm just going to be like, we're going to blow the candles.
You want something else to be blown.
I would expect that she's going to blow me.
Hello.
If anything.
Yeah,
right?
at least some hand stuff.
Yeah. And then we're going to do a cheat and then I'm going to go and sleep in the guest room. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way. If I'm flying somewhere, I'm getting delayed.
Okay. This is still you as a guy speaking,
Yes.
or this is you speaking
No, this
for
is
yourself
me as
now?
a guy.
Okay, good.
Or
Good.
it's even like me as a girl who is single, let's say. If I'm flirting with someone because on a meetup website, what do? You talk about your pets? I doubt it. You flirt, right?
Yeah, I guess.
If I go out of my way and I fly somewhere and I'm not gonna get late, that would be the end of it.
Yeah.
I would be like, what the fuck am I doing here? Just paid for my plane ticket. Why did I spend on the money?
We should have brought this guy on the tell-all. Like I think we're dropping balls here by not getting certain things answered. It would have been very interesting to hear from this man. What were your intentions? What did she tell you? Did you go there thinking you're going to get some hand stuff?
He would probably be like, yeah, we totally banged.
Yeah.
We banged in the guest room with because she goes like, oh, I don't want to cheat in my own bedroom, but
Right.
maybe if it's in the guest room.
Yeah, it's not really me. Yeah.
But are you with me? If you go out of your way
100%.
to meet someone, the least I want to get is a BJ.
If I'm
as a guy.
If I'm you're still a guy?
I'm still a guy.
Are you going to do the rest of this podcast as a guy? Because I don't know if I can take it. You saying how much you want BJ's.
I think I'm going to stop right here because
please do.
It's freaking me out.
Come back as Teresa.
I'm Teresa.
Okay, hello.
But yeah, you
should have seen what happened when you were gone. This guy came in here. He was talking about getting BJ's, flying different places. It got
aren't
hot.
you with him?
I would not. Yeah, I would not.
If you go out of your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like hand stuff in the cab of a BJ. Give me something.
Who are you now? I'm very confused.
Okay, I'm back to
You're just a horned up person. It doesn't even matter gender anymore. Yeah.
I'm trying to shine some light, and I feel like sometimes when I put myself into other people's shoes,
Yeah.
or bodies, I can kind of understand better, or I can kind of like wrap my mind around it a little better.
Let's take mode of transportation out of it. Forget the airplane, okay? If I drove 20 minutes to a girl's house for her birthday and it was just the two of us, I would think something sexual is going to happen.
Totally.
Right? It doesn't matter that I took a plane, train, automobile. It's like,
Unless,
oh, you're alone and you're inviting me to come over and celebrate?
Unless you establish that you're friends.
Right. If we met on whatever Facebook group, I'm like, this is probably going to get sexual.
Yes.
And maybe I'm wrong. And maybe I'm wrong for that. I'm not saying I would go and force something on it, but I would go there thinking, I might get lucky tonight.
For sure. And you can be friends with the opposite sex, right?
Oh, no question about it.
And I don't think I ever told you
But
this.
not alone at night.
Well, let me tell you this. Not at night. But let me tell you this.
Guys and girls can't be friends at night. Let's just say that.
Well, let me tell you this. Way before I met you, right? I went on a date in New Jersey with this guy. His name was Caesar.
It's almost worse than Idaho.
And so we went to the movies. Literally, we just both, I don't know what he felt like, but we both were like, oh, we're like friends.
Some hand stuff?
Nothing. No. And I kind of, so we went out to the movies and we were like talking a lot. And afterwards, he's like, oh, you want to hang out again? And I was like, well, we could as friends. I don't see us, any connection there. He goes like, you know what? I agree. Let's be friends. And we ended up being friends.
Nice.
And like truly friends. Like sometimes I went to his house, we watched movies, nothing ever happened. Like we literally were just friends. He eventually ended up moving away, but we were friends for a few years. He went to the same college as I did before.
Yeah.
And so we were just friends. He was telling me about his dates and stuff. Nothing ever happened, but we met on a dating site.
Right. And that's the thing. And you guys realized that you were better off as friends. Of course.
On the first date.
Of course, right. Of course, guys and girls can be friends. The thing is, you tried the romantic relationship. It didn't work. And so you go, all right, let's be friends. Whoever went to go visit Ella is at least going with the intention of like, let's try the romantic thing,
and I was going
right?
to say that. It's not like, oh, we've been friends for a while. But I mean, it's dangerous because she banged her friend.
Yeah, apparently.
So, but yeah. If you're meeting someone for the first time and you're going out of your way, you expect something in return. Come on.
Yeah. So then we learn Johnny did book his ticket for February, Valentine's Day, I guess, a little Valentine's date. And it's a month away, so they filmed this in January. I don't know if we knew that. So he's apparently going to go. That's his plan. Ella says, well, let's see. We're going to wait and see. I'm curious.
Now I'm going to deep dive on social media because I was kind of like, I saw spoilers and I obviously when I see it, I look at it, but I wasn't going out of my way to look for spoilers.
Yeah.
But I feel like now I finally can.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's their segment. They cut to break. Everyone's backstage talking. Ben. He's like, when a predator buys a plane ticket, he knows what he's doing. and that's a man speaking from experience. That's a guy who bought a plane ticket. The gazelle said, no, don't come. Don't chase me. Please don't chase me. He's like, when a predator buys a plane ticket, he knows what he's doing.
I was honestly with Ella and Johnny, just to finish it up, I saw some spoilers, speaking of spoilers, on social media where people are saying, someone posted like, oh, Ella lost her shit, she had a mental breakdown, a psychologist had to be called on scene.
Wait, during the tell-all?
Yeah, but I think it was fake. Someone got a screenshot of Ella freaking out, and one of the producers came. It's like, oh, like, you're fine, like, it's fine. And she ended up calling Johnny, apologizing, right? So, yes, she freaked out, but it ended up being fine. They're good.
Yeah.
So that was it. And I was like, ugh, someone hyped it up, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Ella and Johnny. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to jump back to Gino and Jasmine.
Let's jump back to Gino and Jasmine. But before we do, I think we should take a quick break because it's going to get juicy. So
ooh, okay.
Let's grab a drink and then we'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Gino and Jasmine.
Jasmine.
It's probably the last time you're going to get to say that.
I know. That's why I really wanted to. And I feel like I didn't get it right.
I thought that was weak.
Okay.
That was weak.
Gino.
I was gonna lead you in.
Gino and Jasmine.
Okay. Does that feel good? You feel like you can end the season with that one?
I think
One more
I
time.
can.
One more time for the end of the season.
Okay, Gino and Jasmine.
Fantastic.
I hope people are not gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, Teresa, shut up!
No, that's it. You're done.
Shut up!
You're done.
Shove it up your butt!"
Okay, here we go. Gino and Jasmine. All right. We're obviously going to have to talk about the nudes that Gino sent his ex.
And we see the throwback to one of my favorite scenes ever. When Jasmine yells at Gino, she tries to punch him or something, and all of a sudden she grabs his hat, throws it outside. She's like, "Those are nudes."
It almost gets better every time you watch it. It doesn't get old. You're like, yes, this is my favorite part. It's so good. Yeah, she throws the hat out
Those
there.
are nudes.
Those are nudes.
Well, before Shaun gets to say anything, Gino steps in and he's like, I would like to clarify. I take full responsibility for what happened, but, it was a couple months after I started dating Jasmine, and it was immature, and I was trying to make my ex jealous or whatever, right?
Oof.
But he's like, so this is what I did. I selected a few photos that I wanted to send her, and the nude one was an accident. I accidentally selected the nude photo I was like, Gino.
You call that the boomer defense right there. He's like, that, and ever since I got a jitterbug, because the iPhone has got too many buttons. The screen, it's very difficult. So the jitterbug, hopefully we'll be good with it. But I understand the defense. But at the same time, you're going, I wanted to make my ex jealous. Why do you want to make your ex jealous? Because you still have feelings for her.
I could understand it if he was like 21 and his ex dumped him for someone better looking, and he was like, hey, look, I got someone better looking. But this is...
But still, it means you still have feelings for her.
Yes, but I'm saying, like, if he was like 21 or 19, he was trying to like, let me get back at this biatch, right?
But
I could understand it, not in a good way. I could be like, yeah, he's young, he doesn't know what's up. When you're in your 50s, right?
But think about why he sent.
I know. I understand.
Because he still wants his ex. Why else would you want to make that person jealous?
I don't know. He said it was a few months after he started dating Jasmine, so it was early after the breakup.
Yeah.
My understanding. So maybe at the time he still did have feelings for her.
Yeah, I think so. I think now I'm sure he's in love with Jasmine.
Yeah.
But at that time, I think maybe he was using, because let's remember, they met on a sugar baby website. He was paying for Jasmine.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know if he was paying for his ex, but either way, he was paying for Jasmine, and maybe he felt some sort of entitlement. I'm paying for her. These are my photos.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want with them.
For sure. I think he should just stop lying, because this is clearly a lie.
Well, Jasmine calls him out and says, you sent topless photos 3 times,
Yeah.
3 different pictures. It was like text one picture, another text, topless, another text, topless.
And Shaun was like, Gino, it seems like you changed your stories quite a bit.
Imagine just like, oh shit, oh no, not another one, oh shit. He's trying to delete it and he just keeps accidentally sending more.
Or he's more like, okay, this one, good, beautiful. Let me get my ex jealous. Ooh, another one, different angle. Send.
But also,
one more. Let me send you one more from front view. Send.
But was the ex responding? Or was it like, I sent one, I didn't get a response. Let me send another, let me send a hotter one. Like, why were there 3 texts, if there were, and I believe Jasmine, why were there 3 texts? And was the ex responding in between?
I don't know, but I think he's a dirty old man who gets off of weird stuff. Yeah. off. I don't know how the sentence.
Gets off on?
Off on, thank you.
I don't know that he's getting off on this. I think he
is. And I think it's also the same thing when he talked to Jessica. I think he's a creepy old man who does have Jasmine, who is hot and totally out of his league. But for some reason, he still feels like he wants to poke the dragon.
Here's the creepiest part about him. When Shaun's like, well, it seems like your story changed. You said one thing at first and now another. And Gino goes, it was just one partial nude pic. something about calling it a pic makes it so much creepier. I was just one hot pic. Like it just called a photo, man. Like I sent one photo. I sent one partial nude pic.
He's trying to be cool.
No, it's so creepy. And also, I don't know, but just something else.
Well, let's just all establish the fact that he was lying. He was aware of what he's sending, and that the fact that he's trying to come up with an excuse instead of owning it up and be like, yes, I'm a freaking creep. I was trying to make my ex jealous. I did send the nudes. I regret it. It was dumb, but I did it. I'm sorry. Moving on.
I think that's a great point because it's not like he's saying I didn't send them. His defense is I only sent one pic, one partial nude pic. And then Jasmine's going, no, you sent 3. So it's not even like he's going, no, I didn't do that. He's going, yeah, I did it. I just didn't do it as many times as you said I did it.
Honestly, own up to your shit. Like it's always better, even if it's really bad.
Because it goes away. If he was just like, yeah, I did it. I was an idiot. I'm sorry. We probably wouldn't be talking about it anymore. The fact that he keeps defending it, we have to keep bringing it up. So just own it and everyone would move on, I think.
And not to take Ella's side at all because she's an idiot. But at least she came clean right away and was like, so I banged my friend. I'm putting it out there.
Because who knows if she did.
I know, but she's like, I still love you. I still want to be with you, but I banged my friend.
Yeah.
And yes, it's horrible. It's not cool at all. It's who knows if it's true, but at least she didn't lie. If anything, she was honest. Gino, meanwhile, is drowning. There is so much evidence of all his shit, but he still is trying to come up with something that's gonna save his ass. Meanwhile, he's digging himself deeper and deeper because I think it was Ella who was like, well, do you have an evidence? Do you have the text message?
Yeah, why don't you show her
and
your
he's
phone?
Like, he's like, I deleted it again. It's like, I'm such an idiot. I always delete all the text.
He's deleting everything. Yeah, if you had nothing to hide, you would keep it.
Which I'm sure he deleted right before the towel or something.
Yeah.
Just for this purpose.
Yeah. I mean, he's deleting everything because he knows he's wrong. And he goes, I was wrong, but it's a lesson for me to never do it again.
Yep.
So Shaun just basically says, I don't think we're going to resolve this tonight. Let's take a break. And they do.
Not us.
Yeah, we're done taking breaks. We're going to get through this now. They take a break. During the break, Ben goes up to just predator to predator. They're going to talk predator to predator. And Ben's like, before you and Jasmine go too much further, spend the money on a good therapist.
And did you see Gino get annoyed with him? He's like,
I would too. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Ben, shut your mouth. Go home. You have no ground to stand on and tell me what I should do.
Absolutely not. He's like pulling the pastor. He's like, let me pull the pastor card because I used to counsel people.
Because those who can't do teach. It's like you're terrible in a relationship, so you're gonna teach people how to be.
At least he said like, well, maybe I should have focused on my own marriage because
true. Because we saw that.
So I almost feel like Ben is another creep, but I think he has a more sense of reality or what's going on now with the tell-all.
In what way?
In a way that even maybe after the tell-all, I saw some stuff on social media that he's like, ooh, yeah, I see how that came across the wrong way. I
so he's taking ownership because that was Mahogany's whole thing is, Ben blames everyone else. He doesn't take ownership. And we'll never know if it's authentic ownership. But I did see him posting, sorry, Kim, we're friends. I want to.
Yeah, but even like this one, like he's trying to give everyone a good advice. But meanwhile, he says he's like, maybe I should have thought of my own marriage because it failed.
You got to take your own advice sometimes.
Yes.
So people are so good at giving advice. Take your own advice sometimes, folks.
But Gino is like, moving on.
Well, he says that's in the past. I want to move forward.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Ben and Mahogany. We start with a flashback of Mahogany giving Ben a tour of the Airbnb, the age bombshell, Mahogany running away from the playground. We see all the greatest hits of their relationship.
And I was just going to add, So the clip airs and everyone's like, whoa, like the cast members are like, whoa, crazy, crazy. And
Basically, it was basically Animal Planet watching a predator chase a gazelle.
And Mike is like, I would just go home. No, you would not.
Mike.
You're the last person who would freaking go home.
Mike,
you would camp in the airport. You would probably just lay on the bunk bed and you would not leave.
Ximena basically chased you out of the house with a broom and you still wouldn't go home. So how dare you? So, and we have to remember this was filmed in January. So everyone was Team Mike in January. It wasn't until early March, I think, that people were like, Mike's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
So he's still on his high horse, probably acting, oh, yeah, I'm a good guy. Oh, we'll see, Mike. We'll see real soon.
Well, I'm wondering, maybe the cast members get to see the show prior.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know that the season's edited that early in advance. I think they probably finish up episodes, a few weeks before or a week before.
I'm going to say, I think by January, the season was edited. It was just airing.
But they had to re-edit it because of Caleb and Alina, so I don't know.
I mean, you just remove them.
But then you have to fill that time with something else.
You're right.
I think they get it in advance. Maybe like if it's going to air on Sunday night, maybe they get it Monday or Tuesday. I don't think they're getting the entire season. I wouldn't. Would you trust these cast members not to leak it? Not a chance.
That's a good point.
So I don't know. I don't think they saw the edits. Plus, I wouldn't want them because
you want to see the authentic reactions.
You want to see the authentic reactions, but forget leaking it. You're going to have people like Mike, like Ben, getting on social media and trying to do defense before it airs. And then you're going to get spoilers. Oh, you're going to see this about me. It's not true. Blah, blah. So like, I would not trust this cast. All right. All right. You want to shake with that vocal fry?
I see what you're saying. And yes, I would not trust them either because some of them did drop spoilers, not on this season, but on previous seasons. Yeah. And it killed it for me. I was just annoyed.
So here's the thing that annoyed me. Mahogany, this tell-all, decided she was only going to speak Spanish. Why? Mahogany?
Oh, no. She got to English once.
Did she?
Yeah. Once people started taking her side, she was like, okay, I do speak English. Hello.
Very fluently. It started with her just speaking nothing but Spanish. And I'm like, really, today? Today's a Spanish day? All right. Because Hamza asks Mahogany, why didn't you meet Ben at the airport?
Yeah.
And Soulja was like, yeah, that's my question too. And she goes, I texted him and I called him before saying, don't come. But he decided to come and find me. So,
which we know. He told us sitting at the airport going to Colombia. He's like, well, she actually told me not to come.
Right. but God's plan.
I mean, God's plan.
He didn't blame anything on God's plan, this tell-all, which is
That's
good.
Very true.
He's probably onto something else now. He's onto the lions and gazelles.
He's probably like, enough
with the God's plan. Yeah.
Enough with the God. Yeah.
But then we get another question, and Mahogany makes a couple good points where I'm starting to be like, yeah, that's true. So the meeting at the airport, I'm like, yeah, that's true. You told him not to come. So why would you meet him there? And then they bring up the age discrepancy, how Mahogany lied about her age. And she goes, yeah, I told him I was 1 year older than I was. And Shaun goes, why 1 year? And Mahogany goes, I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't always give your real information to people online. And I'm like, that's a good point. That's a really, back in my ASL days, when I was 13.
What's ASL?
Age, sex, location. Back when I was on AOL.
Wait.
Oh, boy.
Pause. What's age, sex, location?
ASL. So you didn't have AOL. You didn't have.
We had ICQ.
You had ICQ. So, and you didn't speak English, so it wouldn't be ASL. But when you were meeting friends in chat rooms or talk, would you ever ask, like, how old are you? Are you male or female? What state do you live in?
I would ask, how old are you?
So the shorthand for us here in the States, we would do A/S/L. And that'd be asking, how old are you? Where do you live? What gender?
Well, I used to just go to this one chat room that was for my town, and most of us knew each other.
Right.
So the only time I asked when there was like a new nickname, I didn't know, but it was always like an open chat. Everyone was like, oh, who is this? Like, what's your name? It was like, oh, Michael, I'm 19, I go to this and that school. And some people was like, oh my gosh, hey, like classmates. And
Sure.
so we were like, the only chat room I used to go to, we all were like validating each other.
Yeah, that
so we all
sounds-
knew each other.
that sounds-
we did meetups.
That sounds way
in
safer
person.
than well, that doesn't sound that safe. But what we would do is we'd have these chat rooms, AOL Instant Messenger, and you'd go into a chat room, whatever it'd be called, and people would go ASL, and you'd respond. And if I was 15, I would probably be like 17, male, New Jersey, even though I was from Connecticut. Because I'm not going to tell people my real age and what state. That's crazy. And you never expect to meet these people, so what does it matter? I don't think Mahogany expected to meet Ben, so she's probably just like, yeah, I'm 24 from this town, because it's just a creep online.
Yeah.
So when she said that, I was like, that makes total sense, because if you give too much of the real information out, then they can find you. If you're like, oh, my name's John, 19, from Connecticut, there's going to be a chance they can find you.
Yeah, but why didn't she say, oh, I'm Jessica, 24, Brazil? Like, she said everything right, but she bumped herself one
We
year.
don't know if she said the actual city she's from. We just know she said Peru, which we would say the state. We wouldn't lie and say another country. So you'd give it enough, but I'm just saying I kind of get it. You don't give away all your real information to people,
True.
and you shouldn't. Folks listening at home,
But
fudge the numbers.
Ben is like, they ask him, it's like, Ben, if you knew her actual age, would that change your mind about pursuing the relationship? And Ben is like, I'm not sure. 1 year?
No, it not.
Dude, I would understand if she was like, oh, I'm 29, blah, 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 and you found out she's 22. Yes, I get that.
He'd be like, hot.
But
Such a baby gazelle.
22, 23 is like potato, literally. There's
Yeah.
no difference.
I mean, it's a dumb question. It's not even the answer. That
I mean, if
it's
it
like,
was 17 and 18,
no, it's barely legal. Yeah. It's not
That's
even
a-
talking- it's not
that's
even
a
talking-
different
I don't know
story.
about that. My frustration was, why didn't we ask about the apartment?
I know, right?
And maybe production, that again is a production storyline, so we're not going to ask because we know we rented it to film in.
Because maybe she does live with her parents, but her parents said, we don't want anyone here. We don't want people to know where we live. If you want to play the game, let's play it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So maybe the production was the one who was like, you know what? Let's just rent an Airbnb and that's going to be your home, right? And yeah.
If Shaun knew about Ella's birthday bang or whatever, she's hip to the apartment. She would ask that question.
Yeah.
If she didn't already know, like, oh, we shouldn't ask that question because it's going to reveal too much about production. So I was frustrated because I want to know, but I have to imagine, because we didn't ask, I have to imagine production had something to do with it. So then Shaun brings in Jessica, and she's like, to be clear, this is the Jessica that Gino was talking to. Just so we can all be clear here. Okay? This is that Jessica. And she comes in and she's like, it's been painful to listen to this conversation with Benjamin and Mahogany.
So right now we still have Jessica, Ben's friend. let's keep that in mind.
Not for long.
Jessica, Ben's friend.
Yeah. And she asks Mahogany, do you love Benjamin? Did you love Benjamin? And she's like, we're talking about a 53-year-old man coming to see me. This is Mahogany. We're talking about a 53-year-old man coming to see me. So I wanted to verify and have certainty if there was something between us. So she's not saying I loved him or didn't love him. She's like, we got to feel it out. We got to vibe it out. We got to predator vibe it out.
And Jessica's like, so why did you ask him for $1,000? Well, apparently that was a loan, which Ben said it was. Mahogany wanted to pay him back once her OnlyFans kicked in. But he said no.
But again,
he said, keep it so you can pay for the Airbnb.
This is where we needed Jasmine to go, what was the 1,000 for? Because Shaun's not asking the tough questions. What was the 1K for?
Probably for like acting classes.
There you go. Yeah, like follow that question up because I want to know. But Ben sends her 1,000 and goes, to me, it was worth all the time. It was worth all the money, the time we spent talking. So he's basically saying, I paid $1,000 to talk to her.
He's like, money well spent.
There are way cheaper 1-800 numbers, Ben. You don't have to spend $1,000 to talk to some girl in
And
another
how
country.
do you know, sir?
So moving on. I don't know. I've heard about it.
Sure.
Mahogany.
I'm going to check your bank account. No.
Yeah. So yeah, Mahogany's like, I just wanted to borrow it. It was a loan. And Jessica's like, well, why not ask your parents for a loan instead of a man you never met? And she goes, I found your Instagram. It was nothing but bikini photos. So tell me again how you're too shy to video chat a man who's giving you $1,000, but you're not shy when it comes to posting photos of your body for the entire internet to see.
And also, you can video chat with filters. When you
Yeah.
when you travel and we FaceTime,
That was
I
our
always turn myself into a dinosaur.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking
Well,
earlier.
you sometimes turn yourself into a panda.
Yeah,
You always
panda,
pick a different
panda.
animal.
But
yeah.
I thought you meant back in the early days of our relationship, back in the old days when we were on Snapchat.
No, but if you do it through Facebook Messenger, which is how I talk to my parents, and we always get so much fun with it, you can put filters on you. Like
Yeah.
nice, good-looking filters that's gonna smoothen your face, different lighting, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can also turn yourself into animals, which
Sure.
is my mom's specialty. She sometimes turns herself into a piece of pizza. That's my favorite.
Pizza.
But yeah, you can definitely do it. You can FaceTime with filters on, right?
Yeah.
So she could have done that.
I'm telling you, I don't think she wanted a real relationship with this man. I think
No.
she was just lying, having fun on the internet. Then, for some reason, asked for $1,000, which I still need to know why. Where did that money go? You said it was a loan. Have you began to pay it back?
Maybe Zara had sale.
Sorry, I had a sale.
Zara had a sale. I would probably ask for $1,000 too.
Okay. But there's a lot of questions being, I don't know, avoided here. Like, tell me what the money's for.
Yeah.
It doesn't get addressed. And Mahogany basically says, I didn't want a video chat. I was 21 years old, and it seemed like a date. If I were to talk to him on video, it seemed like a date. I didn't want to date an older man, and my English wasn't that good.
And yes, that's what she says. But Ben is like, you know what? Whatever her reason was, I respected it, which is one of the few good things he said, right?
Is it, though?
In a way that he's not pressuring her, like, yeah, I sent you $1,000. You gotta FaceTime me and show your face.
No, that's good that he's not being
Yeah.
truly a predator. In
And
that
I'm not
sense.
taking Ben's side at all here, but I'm just saying the fact that he didn't pressure her when it came to the FaceTime, because he did pressure her and followed her
Oh, yeah.
during the whole trip like a predator.
Yeah, he's like, you don't want to show me your face? I'll come and find it.
And he did.
Yeah. Then we get never before seen footage.
He went back to Peru, filming himself.
So this was after the season wrapped, right?
Yes.
TLC cameras went away. He went home, but things didn't end well. We saw how things ended. So he decided, I'm going to go back to Peru to get some answers.
Yes.
And this is where it gets so strange to
So
me.
you take it, because I was slightly confused.
So he goes to Peru, and this is why I was like, wait, so this was after filming Wrapped? Because he goes back to the first restaurant they ever met at, waited an hour. So
Poetic.
this is deja vu.
History repeats itself.
History repeats itself, right? She never shows. So he's like, I'm going to go to the beach randomly. And Mahogany was there.
And this was at night.
Right. And he's like, well, she was very scared. And it's like, yeah, because she probably saw you. Like, what are you doing here, mister? Right?
She was like, shit.
Oh, he found me again.
Shit.
Yeah. So they talk, I guess, go their separate ways. The next day, he goes to her room. I don't know if her apartment or she had a hotel. It was empty. Again, this is deja vu from Wakachina, right? I don't know if there was a shirtless man in there with sunglasses on, but again,
he was
deja
like,
vu.
Mahogany, I'm coming back to Peru. She said, okay, so a part of my improv class that I use the money for is to kind of like recreate things. So let's recreate what I did to you before. Because that's what it felt like.
It was ridiculous. Like they couldn't come up with a new storyline, so he's just reliving this one. So
Literally.
So there's no one in the room.
God's plan.
So there's no one in the room. So he goes back to the beach and surprise, surprise, Mahogany's at the beach again. Like she's a mermaid or something. I think she just lives at the beach.
I thought she goes to school, but I guess she just, as you said, lives at the beach.
She lives at the beach. So he finds her at the beach again, spills his heart out to her, and finally, I guess, said she loves me and she decided to give me another chance. And we get a montage of them hanging out. There's like one shot of Ben and her walking through a park, and Ben's like, prediction, 1 year from now, Mahogany and I will be in this park as husband and wife.
And Mahogany's like, oh my gosh, baby, I love you.
I'm so confused.
It was acting too.
I'm so confused by this whole thing.
Oh my gosh, baby, I love you. The best part was that
Benjamin.
He was filming them, right? This whole time.
Right. So on his phone, he's filming it.
Mm-hmm. So we go back to the studio. Everyone's like clapping. And Kimmy's like, I'm not clapping. She's playing a game on you, right? She's like, out of all of us here, Ben, your relationship is the worst.
Yep.
And here comes my favorite.
Jasmine?
Yes, favorite line of the episode. Jasmine, you chasing her when she's so young and told you not to come is giving me the pervert vibe.
Pervert vibes.
And you could see like Shaun is like, oh my gosh, did she just say
Did
that?
she just say pervert vibes?
Everyone is just, holy shit, Jasmine.
Yeah.
I'm so here for it.
Yeah.
Right? But back to Mahogany. She calls him a liar because she's like, you never told me that you were filming. I thought you just did it. You just came to clarify things with me.
Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, she was there when the selfie videos were being taken. Maybe she thought, oh, those are for him to masturbate to later. I didn't know he was going to send them to TLC. So maybe that's where she's like, oh, what?
I'm sure he thought. I'm sure.
She's like, I would have acted way better if I knew we were filming this. I thought we were on a break. But yeah, so that sets her off a little bit. And Jessica, let's not forget about Jessica. She's still there.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Let's not play games. What were you in this for, Mahogany? And Mahogany's like, I don't want to destroy relationships between friends, Jessica. And Jessica's like, you're all about honesty, so let's tell the truth. And it gets into this whole back and forth where Mahogany's like, Benjamin told me you love drama. It's so bad. You're all into this drama. Respect your husband, Jessica. Respect your family.
Let's not forget that now she's speaking full on English.
Oh, of course. Perfect.
Full on English. Perfect English. It's started since she got pissed.
Yeah.
Now she speaks English.
Yeah. And Jessica's like, what drama? I don't love drama. And Jasmine just shouts out to Jessica, you're more fake than Mahogany's filters. Because let's not forget, Jasmine's got beef with Jessica because of the whole Jessica Gino thing. So Jasmine just starts calling Jessica a bitch, saying like, you cut Gino's text to make it look like he started the conversations.
And Mahogany's like, you're incredible. And I'm like, it was an act.
Of course.
She acts.
Of course.
You are incredible.
Yeah.
Jasmine, you are incredible.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh my God, someone's taking my side. Some I'm not the biggest idiot over here.
And Jessica's just like, I can pull up the DMs where he asked if I'm Sicilian. And Jasmine's like, well, you're not even his type. You're so fake. And Jessica's like, no, he sent me the first message, asked if I was Sicilian. Cowboy hat emoji.
I have to say that, yes, I think Jessica was definitely trying to get a little piece of fame,
She
right?
wanted her 15 seconds.
But what she said is true. She said, have some class and don't speak to other women like that. Like, you're a crazy person.
Well, everyone should just calm down and have respect for each other. But Jessica was definitely, I think, starting some shit.
I mean, for my selfish reasons, yes, call each other biatches. I'm here for it, right?
That's why we watch.
But deep down, it's true. Like, guys, girls
Everyone.
Power.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, Jessica starts calling Ben fake. Ben's calling her dramatic. And Jessica's like, okay, I'm dramatic. You're a narcissist, delusional, and you do kind of give off pervert vibes.
So this is where we went from.
It's like Jasmine did make a good point about that pervert vibe thing.
Okay, Jessica, let's think of the timeline for a sec. Jessica joined. as Ben's friend, fighting for Ben, going hardcore on Mahogany. Then Jasmine stepped in. So now these two are arguing. Now Mahogany takes Jasmine's side. Ben steps in. Jessica realizes that Ben is fake. So she unleashes on Ben, thinking, okay, girls power. Let me borrow something that Jasmine said because it's good. So now these two are kind of bonding, just in a way. Not really, right? What?
My note for this was, if these are Ben's friends, I don't want to see his enemies.
Yes. Well, so Ben is in the middle, and apparently he kind of, he is like the girl in the group who is friends with everyone, but collects the dirt and goes to, oh my gosh, like, so Jessica told me that she hates your hair, but if she asks, I didn't say anything. Right. Then she goes to Jessica's like, can you believe that Mahogany said that your ass is fat? But I didn't say anything, right? So Ben is just that middle girl.
Stirring the pot.
Stirring the pot. And now all these ladies are like, wait a minute. He is right in the middle of all this. So Jessica goes like, you know what, Mahogany? Let me apologize to you. I take it all back. Ben, you are a perv.
Yeah. Hashtag pervert vibes.
Oh my gosh.
Then Shaun asks Mahogany if she and Ben are boyfriend and girlfriend. And Mahogany's like, Benjamin needs to prove his intentions more.
And Ben is like, well, we have a very young relationship. No pun intended.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
I missed that.
A very young relationship.
Yeah. And then Jessica can't waste another moment to jab Ben. And he's like, after hearing everything, Mahogany, you're the victim. Ben, you're a fraud. You're thirsty as hell. You're a liar. And a shitty friend. Ben's like, what? I don't understand what's going on. How are all these gazelles attacking me right now? I'm the predator.
Shaun is like, that was good. Thank you for joining, Jessica. Thank you for stirring the pot.
Yeah.
Don't forget to mention it on your cameo.
So while I'm sitting there like, yes, give me more. This is all I want. Memphis stands up and is like, I need to leave. I need to go get something. And she says her head is banging. The lights aren't bright, and she needs to go.
Which, okay, I thought, oh shit, she is really pregnant and she's not feeling well. I feel so bad for her. She ends up leaving, right?
She comes back, with her winter coat on, and she's like, I've been vomiting, I have a headache, and I need to leave.
But Hamza stays, which I found weird. I was like, why are you letting your pregnant wife go home alone?
Right, I thought that too.
Wow. She did have the baby.
She gave birth.
Hamza came only 5 weeks after birth, which it's sad in a way that he wasn't there.
Very sad. He missed it.
No, absolutely. But if you think of this whole visa craziness, he's lucky that he got there 5 weeks later and not a year or two later. I'm serious.
I mean, it almost took a year probably to get there. 9 months plus 5 weeks. Yeah. I'm sure they filed immediately.
So as sad as it is, being there just 5 weeks later is not bad at all. And everyone congratulates him. It was beautiful. And I'm almost thinking like, did Memphis leave because she's like, fuck, it's going to be our turn. I don't want to go deep on any of this.
Yeah, she totally slipped out before getting any of the heat.
Before.
And you're going to leave Hams there, who can barely speak English, so they're clearly not going to go hard at him.
Yeah.
So they basically were non-existent on the tell-all. We learned nothing about the baby, except it was born. Like, what's the gender?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
What's the name? I mean, she probably named it Michigan or something. I think she likes geolocation names, but like
Tunisia.
No photos of the baby. So like they were basically like, hi, bye, and then nothing.
So it's funny because we did see some photos going around on social media. I was like, is it Memphis's baby? But I was like, it's not. It's probably one of her older kids' baby pics because there is no way she had the baby already.
She did.
But as you always say, we don't know the timeline.
No.
So she did have the baby.
Yeah.
Where is the baby?
Tell us the name. Tell us the gender.
Where is the baby?
Show us a photo.
Bring the baby on. We had cast members.
Show us the baby.
Showing us the babies.
Show us the baby.
So, yeah, she literally left right before.
Yeah.
So that's all we got.
They evaded any sort of hard questioning.
But at the same time, like,
there was nothing to talk about.
There is nothing to talk about. They got married. They have a
They had a kid. Yeah.
How hard can you go on this? You could be like, oh, Memphis, you should have.
But here's
the prenup. I would like to know if he signed the postnup.
Great. Fantastic.
Right? Did he sign the postnup?
What's Hamza up to? Is he going to work? What is his plans? How are things going with that? How are we providing? Where are we living?
I think he's going to be the manny / I'm hoping he's taking some English classes.
Yeah. Yeah. But there were questions to be asked, but they avoided them.
Well, that's it. Congratulations.
Congrats,
I'm happy for them, but I expected to learn something.
I know. They look so good, too. It's like, we came in here, we look fantastic. Let's leave unscathed.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Here we go.
Last, but not least.
Mike and Ximena.
What a shit show.
So,
what is this? A naivety segment?
I don't even know if we addressed it when we did part 1 because we're kind of saving Mike and Ximena for now, but they said in part 1, Mike said at least, we're back together. So they're back together, and Shaun reiterates that. So you're back together as a couple, and she wants to check in with Ximena.
Do you think they are still together? Because I saw different things on social media. I checked, last time I checked, which is a few weeks back, they didn't follow each other.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's changed. I saw Ximena posted something about she had all those surgeries.
Oh, yeah?
So she posted about the recovery when she's wearing that whatever outfit you have to wear to like keep yourself tucked in, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So what's the status?
I don't know at all. The one thing I do know for certain, they will not end up together. Whether they're together now or not, they will not be together in the future.
No.
So, okay, here we go. As of this tell-all, they're back together. And Shaun says, Ximena, is this true? And Ximena's like, yeah, Mike's my boyfriend. He's coming back, and we're going to stay together until we get married. Okay.
Okay, interesting way to say this, but sure.
Okay. And Jasmine's like, well, all right, I believe Ximena has been very bitchy toward Mike, the way she treated him. I have the impression, whatever reason, she's not in love with him. So, okay.
Yeah, those two started speaking Spanish, right? And Ximena said she doesn't love Mike, right?
Which I don't love Ximena, but I respect the honesty.
Well, she says she doesn't love Mike. But when she talks, that's what she said when she was talking to Jasmine. But then she talks to Shaun or whoever, she's like, I love him, but I need time.
I didn't hear her say she loved him.
She said, I love him, but I need time.
Oh, I heard him go like, yeah, he's changed. He says he's changed. But if he hasn't, it'll be over.
She wants him to change. She wants to see the change. Right?
Yeah.
And if he changes, maybe she'll love him.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ella is like, do you understand a relationship is two ways? You're asking Mike to change things about him, but here you are, after he's changed, saying you still don't love him.
Two-way, like you and Johnny, or you and your friend that you banged, Ella?
Two-way, like I think the guy she banged had a two-way plane ticket. flew home. So I think two-way. But yeah.
Like a round trip relationship is a round trip
relationship, if you will. Yeah. I mean, nobody has faith in.
Which is basically what Mike has too. He has a round trip relationship.
He's got a one-way relationship.
He goes, he checks on his real estate and he goes back home.
No, his relationship is one way. It's him loving Ximena and Ximena not having anything to do with him. So then Shaun brings in John and Nelsie. And Mike's face, he looks like somebody just was stepping on his Lego city.
Because he's like, oh, Ximena hates Nelsie. I feel bad. I have to defend Ximena. It's going to be bad because she hates Nelsie.
Yeah, I mean, Nelsie...
I'm going to hate Nelsie too because of Ximena hates Nelsie.
Nelsie comes in and says, Ximena's just with him because of the money. Mm-hmm. You can see it on her face when they kiss and they hug. It's not love. And John's like, yeah, if something happens and there's an accident, Mike, and you can't provide, there's no more money, the money's gone, you're never going to hear from her again. And people are like, yeah. Jasmine's like, how much have you provided? And Mike just goes, rent, food, And Shaun goes, it looks like it's all about the money. Looks like it's all about the money to me. And Ximena goes, nah, it's not because of money. He helps me, and I thank him.
Yes.
He helps you with money. Mm-hmm. Ximena.
Mm-hmm. So Nelsie's trying to talk to Ximena, but she's like not answering. So John steps in. He's like, hola, Ximena. And she's like, hola, John.
Right, she'll talk to John.
So, but he doesn't speak Spanish. So
right.
He starts talking English. They have a little convo, right?
He says, why are you with Mike?
Yeah.
And Ximena says, he gave me a hand from the start. Like, it's all money. It's all transaction. And John's like, yeah, he gave you a hand. He gave you a foot. It's all transactional.
And Nelsie's like, you can't even tolerate his farts. Like, what are you doing?
That's not love if you can't tolerate the man's gas.
And like Ella is like, yeah, like if you don't like his farts, like we all fart.
Oh boy.
She was saying this speech about like, oh, it's normal. It's not. It could be normal if that's what you establish in a relationship, sure, right? But it doesn't have to be normal.
No, let's not normalize that.
No, absolutely not. But I feel like it's
class.
Could be normal for Ella based on what she was saying, right?
Sure.
It's probably normal for Mike because he lives with his dad and his grandpa.
Different strokes for different folks.
Absolutely.
Mike is just he's naive, he's ignorant, he's all of that and more. But he's just like, would you really leave me if I couldn't provide? Would you really? Of course she would. Like, the fact that you're even sitting there trying to be all puppy dog asking this, and John and Nelsie are like, dude, don't even ask. She's going to say whatever you want to hear. Mm-hmm. She's not going to be honest with you. Of course, as long as you keep sending the money, she's going to keep saying whatever you want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
And she does. She's like, no, why would I leave you? And that's when Nelsie's like, come on, you can't even tolerate his farts. And Nelsie goes, you spent 2 weeks together, but a year bleeding all of his money.
Ooh.
And Ximena goes, I guess you could say that. I guess you could say that, Ximena. I guess you could.
But
Ximena,
she kind of gets upset and leaves.
Yeah, she can't take the heat, takes off her mic, leaves.
Mike's crying.
Oh, yeah, Mike's crying. And John goes, when Mike gets back to his hotel, he's going to call Ximena. He's going to apologize on her behalf. And it's like, yeah, he's so brainwashed by
And I
Ximena.
feel bad for Mike in a way that he's so brainwashed that he starts arguing with his friends.
Yeah, well, before you guys got here, she said she'd give me a second chance. Like, he's so naive. So naive. And everyone's like, second chance? What did you do wrong that you would even need a second chance?
Like, you need to give her a second chance.
Right. She's done everything wrong in the relationship. I mean, he got bad at the end. But again, this is pre him not taking the hint and stalking her around her house. This is all pre that. And
Mike wants Ximena back. Can you guys get her back? Very dramatic. I need her back. So she gets back. Nelsie heated right away. So Ximena leaves again.
Yeah.
She really can't take the heat.
She leaves, and this is where you see the worst of Mike. Mm-hmm. I think when he tells his friend to shut up, when he tells Nelsie to shut up, you go, oh, this isn't the first time he's spoken like that to a woman.
No.
He's very comfortable telling Nelsie, who is a friend, who is a woman. Well, I don't necessarily...
I wouldn't say that he's comfortable, but I'm going to say that he can easily lose his shit, not realizing that the way he's saying it and he's talking to not just the woman, but to his friend is so wrong.
But did he apologize for saying shut up?
No, he didn't.
He goes, shut up, Nelsie. And she goes, don't tell me to shut up. And he goes, then just leave. Mm-hmm. If I accidentally, in the heat of the moment, told you or someone else to shut up, I would be like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Like, I would apologize. I would realize the words that came out of my mouth and I would be so terrified and embarrassed but he's just like, all right, you're not going to shut up, leave. You could tell that's the type of person he is.
Oh yeah.
He was way too comfortable using that sort of language. And all he cared about was Ximena. That's his prize. He's going to do anything because he's going to feel like a loser unless he can get Ximena, this hot chick that he's paying for. So he's going to burn everything down that's standing in his way of getting this trophy because he thinks if I have her, then I'm a winner. Mm-hmm. But he's a loser.
He is a loser, absolutely. And Nelsie stands up, and she's like, you know what, good luck with her. And she walks away. And I'm like, yes, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, don't let this little man shit on you.
No.
Talk to you like that.
And she leaves, and good for her. And Mike's like, tell Ximena to come back. I want to talk to her. Can you tell her to come back? Please tell her to come back. And, he's
And
like,
she does.
yeah, she does.
Again.
And Mike's like, my love, I'm my own man. I'll make my own decisions. I still want to go to Cartagena with you, but
I'll pay for everything
can
as
you
I promised.
please be more understanding and actually change? And it's like, why are we trying to change people? That means we don't love them.
Well, Shaun was asking, he's like, what would you want her to change? And he's like,
right.
I just want her to learn some English. It's like, dude, you are.
That's not changing, though.
Wait. So you're losing your shit crying, and you know that she's literally using you for money. But you want her to change, and I would think like, okay, maybe you want her to be nicer to you.
Right.
You want her to talk to you
do
more
some
often.
activities that you like to do.
You
Build
want
a
her to
Lego set
learn
with you.
English.
Yeah.
I mean, she would want to. She should want to learn English so you can communicate better. And if she ever comes to the U.S., that's the way to live here because that's the language of the country, right?
Yeah. I mean, Spanish is the secondary language. It probably
Well,
will soon be equal with English. But
Yes, but I feel like
if,
if
if your
anything-
husband or fiance or your love doesn't speak Spanish,
English is the primary language, and it will always be. Let's just put it this way. Speaking Spanish is a big bonus. It's a
Yeah.
big plus. And I'm sure there are communities that only speak Spanish.
Of course.
But I think you should speak both. Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. But I mean, then that's to say that Mike should learn Spanish.
And he's learning. That's the thing.
He's trying.
learning Spanish, but she has no desire to learn English. She said, "Oh, like it's
I tried.
It's hard.
It's hard." And Mike's like, "I'll help you. And Hamza's just like, "You're under some kind of spell, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't get it." And Johnny asks Ximena if she can try to love Mike back, and Ximena goes, "Yes, I want to give it a chance." And then she leaves. She just
Again.
leaves. I think she had a bad burrito or something because I don't know why she's leaving and coming and going and like it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
And,
before
yeah.
she leaves, John is like, "Would you want a woman to do this? What you're doing to Mike?
Oh,
to
yeah.
do this to your sons?"
Mm-hmm.
And Ximena goes like, "Absolutely not."
It's very telling. You know what you're doing.
So telling.
You
'cause
know
she
what you're
knows
doing.
You would not want your sons who you love, and I believe that she loves
Juan David and Harold Stephen?
Juan David, yeah.
I love them so.
I love the names. And she's like, "No, absolutely not." So you know what you're doing because you would not want your sons to go through this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, this right here is literally you admitting that you know what you're doing. You know you're a shitty person, and you know that Mike is an idiot who's gonna take it.
Yeah, I don't think she's dumb. I think she knows everything she's doing. I think she could learn English, but she knows why waste my time? He'll keep sending me money and I don't have to learn English. It's she knows what she's doing. It's a big game to her.
Mike is like crying. He's like, "I want us to go to the way it was on our first trip." And she's like, okay, we can try. And she leaves.
Yeah. She leaves. Nelsie comes back and is like, "Wake up, Mike. Let's go to the DR. We'll find you a Dominican girl." And Mike's like, "No, you guys heard. Ximena said she'll try, right? You guys heard." He's so desperate. He's so naive.
So naive.
We know Mahogany is acting. I almost am like, is Mike acting? Are people really this naive? You guys heard her. She said she's going to try. You sound like a sixth grader who's in love, who has a crush. It's like, it's not a mature attitude
So
at all.
naive.
And Jasmine's like, a miracle can happen. Yeah, a miracle could happen. She could fall in love with you, I guess.
I feel like if she ever comes to the U.S. and she sees Mike's brother, you remember he has a hot brother
Does
who's
he?
a fireman,
Ooh.
who's like a 6'5".
Maybe.
She would be like, "Shit,
Yeah.
wrong brother."
Yeah. But that's it. I mean, that's the end of the tell.
It was a good tell-all.
It was pretty spicy.
It was. I feel like there wasn't anything revealing, like anything whoa crazy, but there was drama. Jasmine,
Pervert vibes.
Jessica,
The biggest shocker.
Mahogany.
The biggest shocker to me is literally everyone is still together.
Kind
Jasmine and Gino still together.
of. Yes,
Mahogany and Ben still together.
kind of.
Gino, did I say Gino and Jasmine?
Mike and Ximena.
Mike and Ximena still
Kind
together.
of.
Hamza and Memphis still together.
Yeah.
Who everyone's together.
Came in Usman, yeah.
Kim and Usman, everyone is still together. That is the biggest surprise, I think. If you had asked me at the start of the season who's going to be together at the tell-all, I wouldn't have said all the couples.
Well, it's funny because at the beginning, you and I both said, Hamza and Memphis, that storyline is fake.
Yeah, no way. And look
they
at them
are
now.
actually the ones who are married,
The success.
who have a child, who were like, you know what, fuck this, I don't want to be part of this shit. Let me play it sick.
It's so
and
true.
let's just get out of here.
It's so true. They're like, we have a child at home. We have to get out. This is nuts.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
And it was the one couple that was like, there is no way they'll make it. And if they do make it, there is no way they'll actually survive.
Yeah, and Ben and Mahogany pretending to still be a couple. Like, I'm telling you, I did not expect any of this.
No.
I did not. But it is what it is.
It was a great tell-all. I always appreciate great tell-all, great season.
Great season, great tell-all.
Oh, yeah.
And a fresh new season of 90 Day OG coming up next week.
Woohoo!
That's exciting.
I can't wait.
Woo. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed the season. We loved this season.
Absolutely.
We love talking about the season. The tell-all was great. We hope you enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod for all the memes, the news. Message us. Tell us your thoughts on the season. We want to hear it. We want to know what you guys are thinking. Do it all at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hard as, hopefully, the upcoming season
That's
of
right.
the OG.
So hot. Yes. Also, we got some merch, marriedtorealitypodcast.com. There's a button for the store if you want to rep the brand, shirts, hoodies, mugs, glasses. It's all there, marriedtorealitypodcast.com. Thank you again for the reviews, Rachel, or the review, Rachel. We read it multiple times. We read it multiple times, so it was
I
like
loved it.
plural.
It was the way to do it. You got to get it with the right voice, with the right tone,
The right tone, the right punctuation.
the right comments.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. That was a lovely review. If you haven't left one, be like Rachel. Leave a review.
Absolutely.
All right. We have said it all for this season. I
my
have said it
gosh.
all for this season.
I
you?
have said it all for this season too.
All right. That means we will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.